The Nephite Ark of the Covenant has been found. And the stuff inside...
What?
So Don Bradley thinks that the brass plates are in the Ark of the Covenant? You know what? Actually,
He's got that Sham Wow guy energy for the Ark of the Covenant in the best possible way.
I would say we would then know that by default the Ark had to be underneath the crucifixion.
There's also prophecy that, the Messiah will anoint the most holy place.
I love the symbolism, though, that the blood of Christ falls down and blots out the law.
This one's fun.
All I know is I've seen enough Indiana Jones to know you probably shouldn't try to steal the Ark of the Covenant.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Midnight Strike Through Mormons. I'm your host, Cardinellis. I'm joined in the studio by Kwaku L, Brad Whitbeck, and Jonah Barnes. And we got a TikTok for you. Just watch this one really fast. The Ark of the Covenant has supposedly been found. And Kwaku, correct me if I'm wrong, Christ's blood, according to scripture that we've all read but haven't interpreted correctly, anointed the spot where the Ark of the Covenant is.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Which verse says this?
So I'll let this guy explain it.
Okay.
My hair's being weird. There's a couple of TikToks I kept coming across about how the Ark of the Covenant has been found.
Okay, so this one goes first, right? Because this was kind of cool.
It's all
stuff.
this guy. This guy gets the credit. He has a really cool TikTok
with
account.
the cool headband.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's funny is on my mission, oftentimes people struggle believing in modern prophets because they wore suits and didn't have long beards and staffs and things like that. But it's like this prophet with a little p has a bandana that also says, what's his bandana say?
Oh,
Something of God.
Want of, I don't know. But here, let's see what he has to say. This is kind of crazy stuff. 3, 2, 1, hit it.
Curious real quick. The information I'm about ready to tell you, I've almost died over multiple times. So pay attention. It is this. The great big grand secret is the blood of Christ fell onto the mercy seat, the Ark of the Covenant. I know this for several reasons. 1, Ron Wyatt found it in 1982 at the Crucifixion site. 2, the Bible gives the exact same location in like 3 different passages, and it was right in front of us for the last 2,000 years, and nobody saw it. Mainly because God hid it from us. But I'll give you one of the passages right now. Christ said in Matthew 5:17, I will fulfill the law, which means all the law was fulfilled by him. In Leviticus 17, it says that it's illegal to spill blood outside of the altar of the ark, which means the Ark of the Covenant had to be below the crucifixion site when Christ was crucified. Also in Matthew 27:51, it says the ground broke open and the rocks were rent. That means when Christ was crucified and the guy stabbed him and pierced his side and the blood and water flowed out, the ground actually broke open and the Ark of the Covenant, which was below the crucifixion site, the blood spilled on it, fulfilling the law. Yeah, shocking. But that means we know where the Ark of the Covenant is, which means your life is about affected because all the religions around the world are about ready to be affected. And this is a good thing, because in Amos 9:11 it says that once the tabernacle of David is restored, which is the Ark of the Covenant, there'll be a big, massive, huge revival. Oh, I know that's a lot of information and it's really intense, but share this with everyone you know, because it means the Ark of the Covenant's been found, Jesus Christ is back, and revival's coming.
Whoa, Jesus Christ is back?
What?
Isn't that cool?
That's pretty cool.
Okay, wait. Okay, hold on a second. Pause.
I can see the argument he's making, especially when you look into the way that the Old Testament worked and the sacrifices of how animal sacrifice involved. So I can kind of see where this guy's coming from, because the stuff that he's talking about, like the way that sacrifice worked in ancient Israel with the high priests going into the Holy of Holies, they would have the blood that they spilt from their sacrifices, right? I don't know if it's, now that I think of it, I don't know if I've ever thought of them putting blood on the Ark of the Covenant itself, or if there was a separate altar. So I'll have to go back and look at that. But that's a really interesting thing. I'd never thought of that. So that's fascinating. I don't know if I've thought that it would need to be that legalistic about it, but hey, that's a really cool idea.
Cool. Yeah. And so just for those of you that are just tuning in right now, this guy brings up a really good point that the scriptures say. What was the prophecy, Kwaku, that's fulfilled?
He said, I will fulfill the law.
And so they're saying that the blood that was spilt of Christ actually came down to anoint the ark, thus fulfilling those 3 scriptures, which is pretty insane, man.
Yeah, because the law required the sacrifice to be done on the altar of the temple, right? So
So that would say we would then know that by default the ark had to be underneath the crucifixion.
There's also prophecy that the Messiah will anoint the most holy place.
Whoa!
Right, and this would be that being
That's
spilled.
fascinating.
So, is that in this second TikTok that we're gonna play? Is that in this one?
Perhaps. This guy's entire TikTok is gold. Like, this guy's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can totally see how you would interpret it this way.
Also,
I don't know if it's
we also
right,
don't know
but it's not the most unreasonable explanation of it.
We don't know what denomination he belongs to.
Oh,
We
good.
have no clue. He just keeps it Christian. I don't know what this guy is. I kind of like that more.
He's actually Sikh.
Okay, so let's see what he has to say. That he was watching YouTube when he finally actually figured out that Ron Wyatt found the ark below the crucifixion site. And of course, he's got the good TikTok conspiracy music, so you know it has to be truth.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there it is. Approximately 20 feet underneath, there's a cave. And I've been looking it up, but there's this guy that did interviews that legitimately came back with footage from a cave after having got it, permitted digs and stuff. But it says he will anoint the most holy place. And what is the most holy place? 9:24. The Messiah, the Prince of Peace, will anoint the most holy place. Boom. There it is, bro.
Fascinating.
Okay, well, all right. Wait a minute. So where is it? If
20 feet below wherever Golgotha was, I guess.
What, he just left it there? He's like, oh, Ark of the Covenant.
Ron Wyatt explains it all. You can go look at the videos of it. I mean, it's like
Wait, so yeah, the guy, he says Ron Wyatt found it. Did he leave it there? Like, what was it? What's the story there?
This one's fun.
All I know is I've seen enough Indiana Jones to know you probably shouldn't try to steal the Ark of the Covenant.
Whoa, wait,
Yeah, I mean-
it's sitting there, guys. Let's go get it. It's just sitting there. Come on.
last
Just
time
waiting for
someone
us to go
tried to
pick it up.
touch it unauthorized,
Oh, come on.
that didn't end so
Oh,
well.
you wimp. Let's go. Let's go get it.
It's kind of funny because how does this square with Graham Hancock saying that the Ark of the Covenant is in Ethiopia? How does that square with Graham Hancock, your boy, saying that the Ark of the Covenant is in Ethiopia?
Here's one. Why do we assume there's only one?
Well, there isn't there only one? Brad?
Well, there's one mentioned in the Bible, but that you could have built others like it. The instructions are in there.
There's only one Urim and Thummim mentioned in the Bible, but we know there's more than one.
Yeah.
So wait. So now not only am I accepting the fact that this Ron Wyatt guy may have discovered a cave 20 feet underneath the crucifixion site where the Ark of the Covenant is hid, thus fulfilling the scripture that Christ's sacrifice will anoint the most holy place, in the book of Daniel saying the most holy place was the Ark of the Covenant. So not only do I have to now kind of commit to that, according to this cat.
Here's the theory. The theory is that there is an Ark of the Covenant for every group of the covenant people that were scattered. That's why there's one in Ethiopia. And that's why there's one in Mesoamerica. That's why there's still one at Golgotha. That's why there's one in Ireland.
There's one in Mesoamerica.
That's
In
why there's
Baja-
one
in Baja,
There's
California.
one in Russia.
In Baja, California, right?
And
There's
one in France.
Russia. Wait a second.
Russia?
No, hold on. There's no reference of 12 arks in the Old Testament. That's the look that you give me when you're like, you're not one of those curved water pansies, are you? You know what I'm saying?
Your globe.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh my gosh.
It's just a theory out there. Look, I mean, to be fair, actually, I'm going to read this quote real quick. This is a really cool one here.
Hit it.
So, this is from Ellen G. White, founder of the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
This is a prophecy she gave in 1901. And Christ gave unto Moses, when he had made an end of communing with him upon Mount Sinai, 2 tablets of testimony, tables of stone written with the finger of God. Nothing written on those tables could be blotted out. The precious record of the law was placed in the Ark of the Testament and is still there, safely hidden from the human family. But in God's appointed time, he will bring forth these tables of stone to be a testimony to all the world against the disregard of his commandments and against the idolatrous worship of the counterfeit Sabbath. So she's saying the tablets of Moses are inside of the Ark of the Covenant.
Well, yeah, because we know
Yeah,
the
that's where they
tablets of
were put.
Moses were the 10 Commandments.
And that's,
So if he found this, he found 2 in 1. So we're going to have the tablets of Moses inside of the Ark of the Covenant below the crucifixion site.
Yeah. Well, the Ark of the Covenant, even in the Old Testament, was carrying around the 10
that's
Commandments,
what they
which
put it in, yeah.
were the tablets of Moses, right?
Yeah,
But
no,
she's saying there's another set of tablets?
No. I guess what she's saying is that's going to be unveiled to us.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like, so that's what I'm saying. When if he discovered it, he discovered both of those things.
Both relics.
And
Yes.
so now, and this guy says all the religions of the world are about to be affected, and that's because, well, every tribe of Abraham basically is about to be affected by this, if it's true.
Yeah. You know, I love the symbolism, though, that the blood of Christ falls down and blots out the law. That's kind of cool symbolism, right?
fascinating, yeah.
The blood of Christ,
Okay.
the grace of Christ
Yeah.
blots out
But
the
anyway,
law.
it was
That's
an
cool.
Ellen G. White prophecy that would be uncovered. our
Wow. Okay, so we've
She might
got.
have been right.
So
I kind of like her. I like the Seventh Days.
yeah, they're actually pretty.
They're
cool.
pretty cool.
7 days are
people.
great.
You know what
They
I'm
don't really
saying?
bother anyone. They're really, I mean, they're really stuck on the whole day thing. But
Yeah.
besides that,
yeah,
Yeah.
just the one holy day. Like, well, technically, I mean, the Jews are stuck on their holy day too. It looks like there's 3 holy days and none of us are going to budge. Actually, this is what's really funny.
Yeah,
Is me and
Friday.
Brad spent a week in Jerusalem, and let me tell you, the weekends are wild. Walk Friday night through the Jewish quarter, and it's kind of a little bit of a ghost town. There's not a lot going on. Most things are shut down,
Because
right?
the Sabbath starts at sundown on Friday night.
Yeah. So if it's Friday evening and you want to walk through Jerusalem, there's not going to be a lot of people there, right? And then all of a sudden Saturday, you know, technically it's still Shabbat, all right, all the way until the Christians decide, okay, Sunday is our holy day, right? So it's kind of funny, depending on what part of town you're in, it gets pretty quiet.
And Friday's the holy day for Islam, right?
For Islam.
Yeah, well, so I'm just saying Seventh-day Adventists need to pick up that gap right there in the middle. You know what I'm saying? We need to you know, they got the Armenian quarter. Maybe the Armenians can invite some of the Seventh-day Adventists over to hang out in the the Armenian quarter. So we got like 1, 2, 3, 4 holy days.
well, it's interesting
Yeah.
that we do Sunday, which is the sun's day. We don't do Friday because that's Freya's day. We don't do Thursday because that's Thor's day. And Saturday is Saturn's day, but Sunday is the sun's day. The rays of the sun, aka the halo.
The light of the world.
Boom shakalaka. Okay, so now
Or the crown of Nimrod, if you really want to get specific about it, but that's fine.
okay, so now hold on.
Don't give him the credit.
So now devil's advocate and cynical archaeologist card is going to kick in here. Okay, why haven't they pulled it out yet? I mean, I've dealt in antiquity.
I'm not sure
Need
if they
I
have or
repeat
haven't.
for you what happened the last time someone touched the Ark of the
Brad.
Covenant?
You can't believe everything you see in a Steven Spielberg movie.
Or
That's
everything
not
you
what I'm
read in the Old
in
Testament.
the Bible. Like,
You know, okay.
not what
Well,
I
no,
was referencing.
I'm not sure. He talks about it in further TikToks. I'm not sure if it already has been taken by the Israeli government or not. But I don't know if it's still there. We'd have to keep watching. But
So you don't think it's in Ethiopia? You think that's a different one?
I mean, I haven't seen either. I'm just saying it.
Okay,
Because the
okay.
Ethiopians swear that they have it, and they protect that thing. So maybe there's 2.
Well,
right?
let's see what this guy
But-
says too. I mean, I doubt he has a problem with us watching his TikToks
And I'm pretty sure
live
the
on
Kebra
TV.
Nagast has a lot about it being taken into Ethiopia. So
Okay, well let's see what else he has to say here, because I really doubt that this guy has a problem with us watching his TikToks. Let me see here.
Who is this cat? We need him on the
I
show.
don't know.
Yeah.
Gotta
Cool
get him
guy.
on.
We should get him for sure.
So here we go. Let's see what else he has to say. And this,
I
guess,
think he's a Seventh-day Adventist. I don't know why, but I'm getting a vibe he's an SDA.
Well,
I
that's
hope
cool.
he
They're cool
is.
people. That's all right.
okay. Interesting. Well, let's see what he's got to say here. 3, 2, 1.
Blow you away. This Ron Wyatt guy who found the Ark of the Covenant, many people did not believe him, so they challenged him by asking him to draw a picture of what it looks like, and that's where things start getting really interesting. For many years, Christians believed the Ark of the Covenant looked like this Indiana Jones version,
Yeah.
but nobody has ever laid eyes on it. So let me show you what the Bible says the Ark looks like, and then I'll show you Ron Wyatt's picture. Exodus 25:18, it says that the cherubim are on the ends of the cover, not on top. Interesting. Here it says that the Lord is enthroned between the cherubim on the ark. Why would it use the term enthroned?
Okay.
Also, David in the Psalm says he sits enthroned between the cherubim. He sits enthroned? In Ezekiel 1, he describes the cherubim as 2 wings up and out and 2 wings covering his
By the way, I'm
flock.
just going to pause here for a second and say, look at this cat. He is selling it.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, I just like whatever this guy's selling.
He's
I
got
want
the
to buy.
energy down.
The
He's
music-
like
the
the
music's
sham
got-
wow
He's really
guy.
excited about this.
You know what? Actually,
He's
you know-
got that sham wow guy energy for the Ark of the Covenant in the best possible way.
hopefully without the criminal history. All right.
Oh,
You know what
yeah?
I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
But oh yeah, I think the ShamWow guy. There's like
Billy Mays.
Yeah, he got busted for something crazy like Florida Man style, and then his mugshot is hilarious because it's the ShamWow guy.
Isn't he dead now?
I don't know if he is or not. but
Billy Mays, I think, is. The ShamWows guy is some other guy.
Who is? Oh yeah.
yeah,
Billy
so
Mays was like just yelling.
I-
Billy Mays.
Yeah, uh-huh.
yeah, he was just so. I know. I'm just saying that this guy's got like the energy down, and I'm stoked to watch. You know, whatever he wants to sell, I'm buying. All right,
Yeah.
so
Let's
The
keep him
music
going.
has got me hooked.
yeah,
Yeah,
let's
for
see
real.
here.
Yeah.
Body. Also, throughout the scriptures, it's referred to as the mercy seat. Why is it called a seat? Does this version of the Ark of the Covenant look like a throne that you sit on? Are the wings of the cherubim touching their body? Let me show you Ron Wyatt's picture. Does this version of the Ark of the Covenant look like a throne that you sit
No.
on? Does this version look like a
Wow.
seat?
Whoa.
And are the wings touching their body on either side?
Wow.
And spread up in the back? Oh, and they're on the sides. They're not on top. The reason that
Interesting.
Ron Wyatt was able to draw this picture is because he actually found the Ark of the Covenant. This is what it looks like. This is gonna blow.
All right, dude.
Wow.
Okay,
That's
cool.
the throne. It's gonna be taken up that Christ is gonna sit on. Everything's getting very interesting.
That's
Wow.
cool.
Hey, so what are the prophecies of the Ark of the Covenant in like the Book of Revelation and stuff? I don't know. I'm not. I don't know. I kind of like the Ethiopia idea. This is butting up against the Ethiopia idea, and apparently all of those monks down there in the monastery in Ethiopia keep going blind, so they think that it might be due to some kind of radiation coming out from the Ark. Or
So is
something
Ron
like that.
White? Is
So-
Ron White blind?
Well, yeah. Where is this Ron
What if
White?
the-
Yeah, where is this guy?
That's the other thing about the Ark of the
What if
Covenant.
the golden plates are inside of there too?
So that actually gets into a little bit of a Don Bradley thing.
Who's Don Bradley?
We need to get Don Bradley on the show.
Yeah. Don Bradley's
Dude,
cool.
Don Bradley is awesome.
Wait, so Don Bradley thinks that the brass plates are in the Ark of the Covenant?
Not in this Ark of the Covenant, but he believes, you know how Nephi built a temple after the manner of Solomon?
That there's a Nephi's Ark of the Covenant?
Yeah. And that he set them up in there. Because the instructions for the Ark of the Covenant are in the Old Testament. And so setting that up.
He would have had them in the brass plates.
Yeah, and the brass plates is what they would have put in there, just like they had the record of Moses' tablets being put in the seat, right?
Dude.
So this is a Don Bradley theory about what is, if I'm recalling it correctly, about what's in the Nephite temple that would have been in the lost 116 pages.
So wait, so I'm
probably.
supposed to understand that Nephi might have had his own Ark of the Covenant that was derived from the writings of the Old Testament in the brass plates. That there might be 12 freaking Arks of Covenants, whatever the plural of that is. It's like attorneys general. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's more than one Arks of the Covenant. Okay. And third, that this Ron Wyatt guy found one of them, probably the one, and then another one's hanging out in Ethiopia. Freaking that's too cool, man. Now, my only question is, where's this Ron Wyatt guy? If he's the rock star of this dude's
I think he's
TikTok
dead.
channel. Ron Wyatt.
Did he
sorry.
touch the Ark?
Did his face melt?
Not that one.
His face melted?
No.
Okay, so what are your thoughts, bro? Do you think this is real or what?
Dude, this one's fascinating.
Quaker?
It's cool.
I'm looking to see if he's dead or not.
He
died in 1999.
Oh.
Ooh, right before the millennium.
I find the mercy seat idea really compelling. That's really interesting. That's cool. Because we totally do have that Indiana Jones image put in our heads. So
Yeah.
like that looking like a
And,
throne, that's super cool. I
And
like
that's
that a lot.
and the holy of holies is a throne. If the Ark of the Covenant is a throne, he's anointing the most holy. This cat's cool.
Wow.
This is
And it's
really-
called
Yeah.
Mercy Seat with the Blood of Christ. Angels bear him up, and they're like literally his back sports.
Oh,
Cool
fun fact, you know
stuff.
something? Do you know why the angels were present at Christ's birth?
No, why?
This exact same reason. Think about it. When a king is born at the coronation ceremony, the soldiers and the cardinals and everyone's always there at the ceremony of the birth of a king, and that's exactly what the angels represented.
Okay.
Probably the same angels that are represented in the Ark of the Covenant were the same angels that were there at his birth.
All right. Okay. So this one is fun. We're going to have to dig into this.
Yeah.
And I guess, what's this cat's name again? K-Cash 3333. You're saying he's got Seventh-day Adventist vibes?
I
You know
think
what
he's
I'm
an
saying?
SDA. I don't know how I know, but I feel like he is.
Okay. You feel like he's an SDA? That'd be interesting. But yeah, we want to see what we want to see what else he has to say. But his main thesis here, ladies and gentlemen, is that after the crucifixion, or during the crucifixion, the blood of Christ anointed a secret cavern underneath the crucifixion spot that, ironically, Brad and I have walked past the crucifixion site. And what is it, Brad?
It's a parking lot right now.
Yeah, right now.
Geez.
What
At
is,
least as the best guess of where that would be.
yeah, it's kind of weird, but they've paved the Damascus Road is actually the paved main road that goes along the south temple wall. And the hotel you stay at there,
The Golden Wall.
yeah, there's a really nice hotel called the Golden Wall that we stayed at there. And it's interesting because it's literally just 50 feet from the Jerusalem wall. Like, all of the walls
Wow.
of Jerusalem are just functional still parts of the city.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
And
really cool.
yeah, and so it goes to the Damascus Gate, it's called. And we know that outside of the Damascus Gate is where the Romans would crucify a lot of people as one of the main thoroughfares back into the city. And they would be coming up to the walled city. In fact, Joseph Smith, when he was translating the Book of Mormon, was surprised to find out that Jerusalem was a walled city. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, exactly. He was surprised to find out during the translation that there was a walled city. And that makes sense because as a young farm boy in New York, he'd never seen that.
Sure.
And so you come up to the Damascus Gate, and there's the beautiful Damascus Gate, which is still kind of a thriving bazaar. Go there at 7 or 8 in the morning, and it looks like this kind of cool old archaeological amphitheater / gate. Go there like 10 in the morning, and it looks like a freaking flea market. All right. You know what I'm
And
saying?
when you look down, you can see like older foundations of the walls further down as you go, because like the most recent ones are from the Ottoman Empire, right?
It's something like that. Well, no, and also near that gate is where Lawrence of Arabia had a hole cut in the wall so he could build his own gate so his army could come through. But yeah, it's totally wild. But
So with this Ark of the Covenant thing, I'm fascinated. I want to look more into this one because I'm wondering, like, what is their theory on how the Ark of the Covenant got there, right? And why it's in that place.
Well, isn't it buried though? Because we were just talking about how it's a parking lot now because the Damascus Gate is right outside the road of Damascus.
I'm talking about how did it get there at the time of Christ? And
Oh,
why
yeah.
why was it like, how did it end up in that spot?
Well, they
where
had
Christ-
secret burial chambers in which not burial chambers. Well, it could be called burial chambers, not necessarily death burial chambers, but they had secret chambers that they hid the Nag Hammadi library in and the Dead Sea Scrolls. How do we know that the Essenes at the time of Christ, something like that, didn't
Hidden
have
in
a
plain sight.
Well, that when the
Yeah.
Babylonians were coming and everyone's freaking out that they hid artifacts, right? Well, they hid the menorah inside the temple and the ark, and that's where we lose track of it. You wonder, did somebody hide it in the cave and go off to Babylon and get killed? And
Yeah, so now the road to Damascus is all paved, and there's little mini parking lots off the side of it. So what would they believe was Golgotha is actually quite heavily paved now, so it's kind of hard to tell. But back in the day, when they were building secret burial chambers, that could have been a thing because, it wouldn't be the first time they rushed to hide the ark. The Old Testament is very specific about when the king of Israel was going to defile the temple and was going to convert it in a temple to that one goddess. The guy that had gone after the false gods and had converted to like believing in Baal and stuff like that.
Ahab? No.
I can't remember the king's name. We're going to have to look it up. Maybe I'll put it on the screen if I remember when I'm editing. But yeah, that's the last we hear of the ark. And you know that the Levitical priesthood, these guys dedicated their lives to this. They weren't going to let the Holy of Holies and the Ark of the Covenant get defiled by just some king who wants to score points with foreign nations and believe in their pagan gods. So they probably skedaddled and got it out of there and hid it. You know what I'm saying?
And I gotta say, what's amazing is like, if we found the Ark of the Covenant, what's inside would be the biggest archaeological thing ever. The Nephite Ark of the Covenant, and Don Bradley's book on the Lost 116 Pages is fantastic. The Nephite Ark of the Covenant has been found. And the stuff inside.
What?
Well, it's the stone chest that Joseph Smith took the tablets from, took the plates from.
Oh, you think so?
So Don Bradley explains this a lot in this book, where he says it's wrapped in a linen. It's these holy artifacts, and the angel leads him to it, and he opens up the stone ark. And so it was the Josephite ark, and he talks about it. But like the writings inside the ark, the evidence of the Book of Mormon, anybody can read anywhere, anytime. Like that's the most significant and incredible archaeological find in all of human history, and anybody can get it in any Marriott hotel.
Wait, what if there's a pure record of the Old Testament, a pure first-hand record of the Old Testament, the Ark of the Covenant, to settle all religious debate ever?
And it's got the book of Zenos and Zenock in it.
Oh, wow.
And you want to know? I got to tell you.
Now we're just making stuff up.
Guys, let's
Wouldn't
go
that
get
be
it.
cool?
Just wild speculation.
Well,
moment.
bro, we can
As
round,
if we weren't doing that already.
yeah, we can just round the corner here and finish it up with this is my comment on this.
Yeah.
Oftentimes naysayers of our faith and just faith in general, because, we're having fun here. We don't know exactly where the ark is, but there's some compelling evidences here and linguistic proofs that these cats are putting together that people haven't thought of before that are very intriguing and they're fun to play with, right? But a lot of naysayers always come down on us and say, yeah, well, if the Ark of the Covenant was real, then, where is it? Because, I'm into, naturalistic observations and I believe in science.
Oh
You know what
my
I'm
gosh.
saying?
Wow.
And
That was the most ogre voice I've ever seen you make.
well, they're mostly troglodytes. But anyway, yeah, my voice totally just cracked right there. But anyway, I was just going to say, to me, that's actually one of the biggest testaments to their deep and holy significance. And it is a little bit of a catch-22, because think about it. If you had actually found, just like Kwaku said right now, if you had found that pure record of the Old Testament that settled all those arguments, would that not be the most holy of holy things that you just changed your life around? You didn't care what your job was anymore. You were the guardian and the steward of that thing. You didn't care what your friends thought. You didn't care anything, because I have found the ark that holds the X, right?
Yeah.
People would die for that.
Yeah.
Actually,
Absolutely die for that.
okay, we're getting into our theory.
And so the fact that it hasn't been found, to me, is only proof that people were willing to die to keep it hidden, right?
Yeah,
that's
sure.
true. That's true.
Yeah,
sure.
Okay.
So,
No,
I'm
going to puberty.
I'm putting this into the history records of the world. When I was a kid, I had when you have a thought, but it's not a thought from you. It's like a thought form that's downloaded.
Thoughts
into
are
your
hot,
brain.
dude.
Yes.
Okay. When I was a kid, I remember the first
Wrong
time.
thought.
I mean, I'm probably third grade. The first time I was reading about Ishmael. I don't know how, but I remember like thinking about it all day. And it wasn't from me. I swear it was this thought. It was like boom, and it was we will have world peace between Islam and Judaism when Abraham and Ishmael are both back on earth and Ishmael publicly forgives Abraham. The weirdest thing ever. But it was like, I was like a third, like I felt like a little kid, and it was like boom, and I was like, I don't know where I'm getting this from.
Wow.
I think it to my mom, and she's like, what are you? But I don't know. I've always stuck with that. Like that's when we'll have peace between Islam and Judaism.
Fascinating.
Well, it's going to be actually all about forgiveness.
Well, and they do talk about in the book of Revelations, as we were speaking with that one podcaster friend of ours that had all of the signs of the second coming. And it talked about the widespread teaching of the gospel to the Jews in the last day, which would inherently require additional Old Testament knowledge, which I'm sure would probably be a very forgiving and ecumenical thing. Like think how much different Christian sects would get along if they all kind of really understood the true roots of personal revelation, because we now have a deeper understanding of our anthropomorphic relationship with God, of the saints, of all these things that we thought were divisive lines of doctrine that ended up just being a kind of beautiful things that we're allowed to have holy envy about, but all of us realize our version was a little bit wrong, and we come to the true version that we now get to see firsthand in Christ. Like, yeah, that's
like,
some cool
for example,
stuff.
I'll say I think Latter-day Saints are not wrong, but we are lacking on the importance of Mary. We don't talk about Mary in our church, but she's very clearly a big deal.
We should do an episode about that with
Robert Boylan.
Boylan.
He has a book of like Latter-day Saint Mariology.
Yeah.
Like he has one, but we don't. We literally talk about it like never. But Mary is clearly one of the most important people.
That's it.
Let's fix that.
You're like friends with Robert Boylan. We could call him right now, right?
He's lined up for Saturday.
Oh, okay. Well, I was actually hoping that you would just fake that you're about to call him.
I'll call him right now.
Cool, you know.
Oh, wait.
Let's try that.
Dude.
Let's try that one again.
Yeah.
You give Robbie a call.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah, dude, I'll call him right now.
That's awesome. All right. Well, let us know where you think we go wrong on this. Do you think the Ark of the Covenant could actually have been underneath the crucifixion site? Is it still there? Did they run away with it? Is Ron Wyatt's picture good? Like, do your own research. Let us know what you come up with. And also, KCash3333, you're invited to come on the show, bro. We'll chop shop.
Awesome.
And we'll talk about the Ark of the Covenant.
Great stuff.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think. This is Midnight Strike Through Mormons. We'll see you guys in the next program. Hey guys, this is Cardinellis. I'm the creator of Midnight Mormons. Thank you so much for watching this video. We know in an attention economy, you could be spending your time elsewhere, but you chose to spend it here with us. For that, we are grateful. Before you go to the next video, please make sure that you hit the like button. It tells the algorithms that you like our content and it will hopefully recommend more content in the future. Also, if you can, subscribe to our channel. It's a great way to be alerted of more content we make. And if you press that bell icon next to the subscribe button, you'll be alerted on every video we make. We put a lot of hard work into these and we want you to see all of our videos, so please subscribe. Also, if you would like to contribute, if you're feeling generous, please consider a contribution to the channel through Venmo. We also have contributions that you can give us through PayPal. There will be links in the description of this video to both of those platforms. If you're a giving person that prefers working through Amazon, we also have an Amazon wish list. Much of the equipment that you see in our studio is purchased through Amazon, and we're grateful if you could contribute that way. Also, somewhere around like here, I'd say, and somewhere around like right here is going to be a recommendation for more of our content that you might like. So please click on another video and we'll see you there. Either way, we're glad to have you here. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is Midnight Strike Through Mormons. We will see you in the next video.